What if the greatest secret of all time was hidden within you? For centuries, religious institutions have presented Jesus' teachings as external doctrines, but what if they were actually esoteric instructions for awakening your inner divinity? The pineal gland, often called the third eye, holds the key to higher consciousness, yet most people go their entire lives without unlocking its potential. Ancient texts speak of a sacred oil, a divine substance that, when preserved, leads to spiritual resurrection. But modern society keeps this wisdom buried, ensuring that few ever experienced the Christ consciousness that Jesus truly spoke of. Could it be that the real message was never about worship, but about self-realization? There are truths so profound that they were never meant for ordinary eyes. Throughout history, sages and mystics embedded sacred wisdom within parables, symbols, and allegories, guarded against those unready to receive them. These teachings whisper the greatest revelation: divinity is not something external, but an untapped force within each of us, awaiting recognition. The esoteric texts of ancient civilizations, from the Emerald Tablets to the sacred writings of the East, reveal that the kingdom of heaven is not found in the sky, but in the temple of the body. Those who deciphered these mysteries knew the secret lay in the inner journey, a path of spiritual elevation that transforms the seeker from mere mortal to awakened being. But such wisdom was veiled, hidden in symbols like the tree of life, the 33 vertebrae of the spine, and the sacred alchemy of the body. What if the stories we've been told hold a deeper meaning? What if ancient traditions carried coded instructions for our own resurrection, our ability to awaken dormant brain cells and reclaim our highest potential? To uncover these truths, we must turn inward. But first, we must unlock the gatekeeper of perception, the pineal gland, the seat of the soul. Deep within the brain, shrouded in mystery, lies a small yet powerful organ, the pineal gland. Known as the third eye, this crystalline structure has been revered for centuries as the bridge between the physical and spiritual realms. Ancient traditions speak of it as the gateway to higher consciousness, the seat of Christ consciousness, and the key to perceiving what lies beyond ordinary sight. The ancients knew the importance of keeping this inner eye awakened. Through spiritual practices, meditation, and dietary purification, they activated this sacred gland, allowing them to perceive the unseen. Modern science now confirms that the pineal gland produces DMT, the spirit molecule, responsible for profound mystical experiences. This tiny yet mighty gland secretes sacred oil, which, when preserved, nourishes the optic thalamus, illuminating the mind with clarity and intuition. But here's the challenge: our modern world is designed to calcify this eye, dulling our perception and keeping us in spiritual slumber. Fluoride, artificial light, and mental conditioning suppress its power. Yet, those who reclaim their inner sight unlock vibrational energy beyond comprehension. And when this sacred oil begins its journey through the body, something miraculous happens. Have you ever felt lost, disconnected from who you truly are? I created 3 transformative ebooks to help you reconnect with your true essence. Click the link in the pinned comment and start your transformation now. Few know that within the human body, a sacred substance is produced, a divine Christos oil, secreted from the brain. This fluid embarks on a mystical journey down the spinal cord, moving through the 33 vertebrae, where it undergoes a transformation before ascending once more. This is the inner alchemy, the resurrection of consciousness that sages and mystics encoded in sacred texts. As this sacred oil travels, it interacts with the body's energy centers, purifying and activating dormant brain cells. When it reaches the solar plexus, the seat of personal power, it can either be dissipated through indulgence or preserved through abstinence, meditation, and spiritual practices. Those who cultivate it experience a profound elevation of awareness, an internal resurrection mirroring the mythical rebirth of enlightened beings. At its peak, this sacred secretion returns to the brain, illuminating the optic thalamus, triggering higher states of perception, and unlocking the third eye. This is the true spiritual ascension, the process of turning lead into gold, not in the material sense, but in the elevation of the soul. But to complete this transformation, the chakras must be prepared to receive this energy. The body is not merely flesh and bone, it is an energetic vessel, a temple with 7 sacred gates, the chakras. These energy centers act as bridges between the physical and the divine, each one influencing a different aspect of our being. For the sacred oil to rise and complete its alchemical journey, these chakras must be aligned and purified, allowing vibrational energy to flow without obstruction. Among them, 2 chakras play a crucial role in this process, the heart chakra and the throat chakra. The heart chakra, the bridge between the lower and higher self, must be open, free of resentment, fear, and attachments that weigh the spirit down. The throat chakra, linked to expression and truth, acts as a refinement chamber, where the sacred fluid is energized before it ascends toward the pineal gland, unlocking higher perception. But this journey does not happen by chance, it requires conscious effort, meditation, and spiritual discipline. The awakening of these centers allows the sacred secretion to activate its full potential, leading to self-realization. And here, hidden in plain sight, we find a symbol most would never suspect, Santa Claus and the chimney, a metaphor for the descent and ascent of this divine essence. The story of Santa Claus is far more mystical than it appears. Hidden beneath the festive folklore lies an esoteric truth, one that mirrors the inner journey of enlightenment. Santa, dressed in red, the root chakra, descends through the chimney, spinal column, bringing gifts, higher consciousness, to those who have been pure of heart. This is the symbolic descent of the sacred oil, which, when preserved, rises back to the brain, illuminating the individual from within. The phrase, milk and honey, found in ancient texts, describes the final stage of this process. The optic thalamus secretes a golden fluid, honey, while the pineal gland produces a milky white secretion. Together, they awaken Christ consciousness. This is the true resurrection, not of a physical body, but of an enlightened soul who has reclaimed their divine nature. But Santa Claus is just one of many encoded symbols. Eastern traditions have preserved these teachings for millennia, describing the journey of energy through the Ida and Pingala, the twin serpents of Kundalini. Here, the mystery deepens, revealing a universal truth hidden in the wisdom of both East and West. Across the ancient world, the rise of spiritual energy has been depicted as a serpent ascending the spine. In Eastern traditions, this is known as Kundalini, a divine force coiled at the base of the spine, waiting to be awakened. As this energy ascends, it moves through 2 channels, the Ida, lunar, feminine, cooling, and the Pingala, solar, masculine, warming, before uniting at the third eye, where higher consciousness is unlocked. This process mirrors the sacred oil's journey through the 33 vertebrae, nourishing the chakras and resurrecting the seeker into a state of self-realization. The caduceus, the symbol of medicine, is a direct representation of this phenomenon, 2 serpents intertwining up a staff, crowned by wings, signifying the awakened soul. When Kundalini rises without obstruction, the individual experiences a transcendence of the material world, stepping into spiritual enlightenment. The ancients knew this path of ascension was the key to activating dormant brain cells and unlocking human potential. But in modern times, many have lost this wisdom. However, even science is beginning to confirm the secrets hidden within ancient texts. The pineal gland and the optic thalamus hold a key that aligns with the alchemical promise of milk and honey. Ancient scriptures spoke of a land flowing with milk and honey, a phrase often interpreted literally. But the true meaning lies within the human body. Modern science confirms that when the pineal gland is activated, it releases a milky white secretion, rich in DMT, the compound responsible for mystical visions. Simultaneously, the optic thalamus produces a golden-colored fluid. This is the sacred alchemy within, a biological process that opens the gates to higher consciousness. This divine secretion occurs when the sacred oil completes its journey, reaching the third eye and unlocking states of deep perception. Those who experience this activation report profound clarity, heightened intuition, and spiritual awakening. Many sages and mystics throughout history have spoken of visions, enlightenment, and divine encounters, all tied to the illumination of the pineal gland. Science and spirituality are no longer separate, they are converging, revealing truths that have been safeguarded for millennia. But knowledge alone is not enough, one must actively cultivate this transformation through spiritual discipline. When the sacred oil is preserved and raised, the final step is set in motion, the great transformation, the true enlightenment. The path to spiritual enlightenment is not an external pursuit but an inner awakening. As the sacred oil ascends, nourishing the chakras and illuminating the pineal gland, the seeker undergoes a profound metamorphosis. The illusions of separation and limitation dissolve, revealing a reality where peace, wisdom, and divine connection are not fleeting moments, but a natural state of being. This is the true resurrection, the transcendence of the lower self into the Christ consciousness that has always existed within. The ancients understood that self-mastery was the gateway to this higher state. Through spiritual discipline, meditation, and conscious living, one can preserve and elevate the sacred oil, activating dormant brain cells and unlocking the full spectrum of human potential. This is the secret encoded in sacred texts, hidden within parables and symbols, waiting for those who are ready to see. It is not a gift reserved for the few, but a birthright for all who seek to reclaim their divine nature. To walk this path is to step beyond mere existence and into true creation. It is the realization that heaven is not a distant realm, but a state of consciousness, attainable by those who choose to align with their highest truth. This is the great work, the sacred journey, and the fulfillment of the soul's deepest calling, to remember, to rise, and to embody the light within. The greatest truths were never meant to be followed blindly, they were meant to be lived. What you've just discovered isn't just knowledge, it's a call to awaken. The Christ consciousness isn't something outside of you, it's within, waiting to be activated. But knowing isn't enough. Will you apply it? Start by observing your thoughts, your habits, your energy. Are they elevating you or keeping you asleep? Share in the comments, what part of this knowledge resonated with you the most? Let's grow together. And if you're ready for more, subscribe and turn on notifications, because this journey is only beginning. The next revelation awaits. You've learned how to awaken Christ consciousness, but what if I told you there's an invisible force within you that you're barely using? A power that flows through your hands, capable of channeling, healing, and transforming reality. Mystics knew this secret, and science is only beginning to catch up. In the next video, I'll show you how to unlock this force and harness the energy hidden in your own hands. Don't miss it.